We love Thursdays because it's also Throwback Thursday in so many ways. Luke from Midway Village joining us every single week, and we love this because we're learning about things that we really didn't realize were here, a lot of us. This is a big one though. People do know about this.
Yeah, Charlotte's Web is the story today, and thanks for having us every week.
We love
it is really fun
yeah.
to talk about Rockford's history, but today I'm here to share the story of Charlotte's Web, which is really the story of one woman, Karen Howard, who spearheaded Charlotte's Web for many, many years. She opened Charlotte's Web with Stephen Powers in May of 1972 as a folk house and coffee house.
So where is this too? When you think of Charlotte's Web, you think of the book. This was actual a venue that people could go to.
Yeah, well, the story of the building started in 1876 when it was built as a Swedish church. Then, in the early 1900s, it became the Rockford's Jewish synagogue, Ohav Shalom.
Okay.
And then they moved out to Guilford Road, and Karen Howard and her husband bought it in 1972 and turned it into a folk house where live music and lots of great acts performed. J.R. Sullivan, who we all know from Rockford, was the artistic director there for quite a few years and started New American Theater out of there. So a lot of well-known performers came through Rockford and played there, and some local Rockford performers too. Corky Siegel and Harlan Jefferson got their start there, and Karen Howard, actually, her dad owned the music store and building, the record shop where Rick Nielsen's dad kind of worked, and so she's connected to the music scene that way. So you know, Charlotte's Web was a great place to see live music in the 70s and early 80s, and now it's part of the Mendelssohn Performing Arts Center, and you can still see Charlotte's Web folk events through them.
It's really neat to see that. You guys have something special at the museum too, where people can go and check some stuff out.
This Charlotte's Web jacket you see here is I brought in from our exhibit. We have a Charlotte's Web exhibit with also the two iconic doors that certain visitors may remember from the entry to Charlotte's Web. They're very artistic and a lot of metal work there, and we have all the music posters, the very creative posters on display. So there's an exhibit at Midway to learn a little more, but it's a great part of Rockford's pretty recent history.
So what did it look like, let's say, on a Friday, Saturday night in there? Give us a typical scene when you walk in.
I think if you envisioned sort of a very folky, hippie, young person scene in Rockford in the early 70s, a lot of fun. I actually went there a few times as a child. I'm dating myself with my parents. They brought me there. It was just a lot going on, a lot of great live music, a lot of new acts, and it was a music center for the town.
Where did it go? What happened? Why did they decide?
Well,
to move it
the Metro Center opened. That was kind of a competition for live music, obviously, in the 80s. They also had some code issues with the building being so old. And it was a lot of work for Karen Howard, is sort of all on her. So in the 80s, they kind of started doing other things there in terms of community benefits, and eventually merged with Mendelssohn, and is still going as a music venue there.
Well, it's really cool too. We've got some local events happening where we're recognizing just some of the local stores who've left the community, but we're still thinking of them here. You guys have a special guest coming in this weekend, right?
Yes, we do. Thank you for saying that. We have Rockford's Janet Lynn coming in on Saturday at 10, and we have a capacity of just 200 people, and we're well over 100 tickets sold. So if you really want to get there, go to midwayvillage.com, get your ticket, and it's nice. Not often do we have events that sell out, but this is a special one. Janet Lynn is Rockford's Olympic hero.
Yes, and you, I know, are really excited about it.
I am so excited to be here. Yeah, I'm
You've been
waiting
your whole life to go into this. So
I'm going to be having a good time there.
Well, we love you coming on here. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. Throwback Thursday, of course, every Thursday here, learning a little bit about Rockford's history.